Hey everyone, so today I decided to do a Drugstore Understated Smoky Eye. I'm priming my face using the Maybelline Baby Skin Primer. This is actually the last of the primer that I have, so I'm kind of just dabbing it everywhere where I have any kind of texture, and then I spread it into the rest of my skin. Especially that forehead. Look at that wrinkly forehead. Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Then I take the Maybelline Better Skin Foundation in the shade Nude Beige. This is actually a really good foundation. I really like this one. And I just put a dollop on my Real Techniques Complexion sponge and start dabbing that into my skin. I kind of dab and swipe when I do this. But you shouldn't just swipe and you shouldn't just dab. You want to make sure it, comes out evenly. Because the worst thing you can do is have an uneven foundation. It just ruins the whole look. This takes forever. I probably should have fast forwarded through this part, but just so you know, if you're going to use a Real Techniques complexion sponge, make sure you have the time to do it. The only good thing about this is it makes it look flawless, so... Then I take the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Light Pale, and then I started with my under eyes today. I don't really know why, but I'll do my under eyes, and then I put some on the lids too, just to start priming for my shadows, and I blend it out. Yeah, sometimes I start with my under eyes, sometimes I start with my face, but I always split them up because I don't want my under eyes to crease. I take a e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush to set my under eyes using the Maybelline Fit Me Powder in the shade 125. Sometimes this is actually my face color, but I have a little bit of a tan going. It's summer now, so I'm able to put some color back into my skin, so now I'm using this as a highlight shade. The Maybelline Fit Me powders are amazing too because they're finely pressed, or finely milled and then pressed, so they give a really flawless look underneath the eyes. And I don't feel like they dry my skin out really either. Make sure too that you're priming the tops of your eyes too. You don't want that to crease when you go in for your shadows. I go back in with that Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer to do the rest of my face. And like I said, the reason why I split it up is because my under eyes crease easily, so I always have to set it instantly after I blend out the concealer. So when I do this part, I put it on the forehead in between my eyebrows, the bridge of my nose, underneath my nose, my cupid's bow, the sides of my mouth, and my chin. Basically anywhere where I tend to get red just from, being a girl. I don't know if I was sick then, but I've been doing this a lot lately too because I haven't, my allergies are kicking in, so my nose has been super red. Then I take this e.l.f. I don't know what it's called because obviously it wore out, but it's like a big powder brush to set the rest of my face using the same kind of powder but in a darker shade. It's a 310. Make sure too you bring this down your neck to make sure that your neck matches your face perfectly. Then I take the e.l.f. flat contour brush to start bronzing up and contouring my face, and I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is basically all I've been using. I still love my Hoola, I still love my Too Faced, but for some reason I've been reaching for this one. Must be something about it, I don't know. Plus it's very summer-like. It even smells like pina coladas, it's great. I'm just blending all of that out. I'm all about a sharp contour and everything, but sometimes you need to blend it out to make it look a little bit more natural. Well, as natural as you can be. Now I'm taking a Real Techniques buffing brush and the Essence Silky Touch blush in Babydoll. For being so cheap, these are like $3. For being so cheap, they are so pigmented. Look at that blush. I obviously had to blend that out a bit because I don't want to look like, I don't know, a doll. Then I take the Professional powder brush. It's a smaller powder brush. It kind of looks a lot like the big powder brush that I used. and then the Physicians Formula Shimmer strips in Miami strip. This has to be the most natural highlight I own. I think it looks great. Then I take the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Tough as Taupe for my lid base again. I know I used concealer, but this helps with the color aspect of it. And then I take the Maybelline Blush Nudes palette, and I'm actually using the grays in here, which is kind of surprising because the Blush Nudes palette is really meant for the blush colors. I feel like the gray colors were just for accent and just contrast, but I love them. So I took that middle shade of gray and I put that all over my lid and then underneath my eyes too, using a professional eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. Then I take an e.l.f. shader brush and I go over that color in the crease with a lighter gray color. I also bring that down under my eyes below the lid color, if you will. This will just help smoke everything out. Then I take an e.l.f. contour brush for my highlight. I use that white color in the palette on the inner corners and my brow bone just to bring back life to my eyes. And I use the Essence Gel pencil in Black Blaze on my lash line, and then I buff it out using that contour brush. The e.l.f. small angled brush is going to be used today just to go over that eyeliner, and I use that dark gray shadow in the palette just to kind of intensify the smoky look, and it also helps thicken your eyelashes or give the illusion that your eyelashes are a little bit thicker when you have a darker color on your lash line like that. Don't forget to blend all that out too. You don't want a harsh line of dark gray. I'm just tightlining using that same gel liner. Now I take the CoverGirl Full Lash Bloom in Very Black and I coat my eyelashes at least like 10 times. I actually forgot I had this blush bloom or this blush bloom, the bloom mascara, and I actually really like it. I mean, you have to add a couple coats just like anything else, but I'm a fan. I really like it. The only thing I didn't use from the drugstore is that Morphe brush. It's the Morphe E27 or E74, something like that. And then I use the NYX Eyebrow Gel in Brunette, and I just fill in my eyebrows as per usual. The reason why I use that brush, by the way, is because I haven't found anything that compares to it, so I couldn't use anything else. I just reached right for it. If you saw, I used the Rimmel Lash Accelerator for my under eyes, and then I finished the look with the NYX Tea and Cookies for my lips. The reason why I did my mascara split like that is because if I were to do my lower lash after I did my upper lashes, I would have upper lash mascara all over my hooded eyes, so that's why I did that. I finished this by setting it with the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray, and that completes this look. I hope you guys liked it. It's simple, but it's still, you know, smoky and sultry and cute. So, stay tuned for more.